Yo, what's up YouTube? I'm back with another video. This is some footage from BWL the other night where I was off tanking Nefarian, and I wanted to go over some tips for tanking Nefarian as a protection paladin and what you should and shouldn't do for this fight, because I mess up at the end, and I just wanted to go over what you can do to avoid that and how you can main tank this fight fairly easy as a protection paladin. And the first tip right off at the start would be to just go ahead and drink when he's coming down, unless you're main tanking this. If you're main tanking this, you could just pop a demonic rune or a potion, or just maintain try and keep high mana for when he comes down and just be ready. But always try to get a little drink off as an off tank and let the main tank pick it up. Then put Seal of Wisdom on the target as soon as you can. Always keep Seal of Wisdom up, and you want to just try and make sure that never drops off so you can maintain mana the entire time. You'll have enough mana to do whatever you need to do as long as Seal of Wisdom is up on the boss. And just use Seal of Righteousness and Blessing Spam to maintain secondary threat. My threat meter in this video is kind of bugged out. I'm actually a lot higher on threat than what it says, but you'll see that later on when I pick up the boss. And we get an early rogue class call right here, so we have to turn the boss. And so I end up bubbling out of a fear because the healers were calling out heals on the main tank. And you can do that as a off tank paladin, just in case your healer's getting a bind and the main tank needs an extra heal. You can always throw it out just to help keep them up until they can get back on them. And it's always something you can do just in case. But I just went right back into keeping Seal of Wisdom up and spamming blessings, and then we turned the boss back. We eat another fear, and I just wanted to go over the class calls for this fight as a tank. I think that Protection Paladin is actually the best tank for Nefarian, and I know a lot of people would disagree, but if you look at the class calls, we have the best one for tanking this. We only bop Nefarian, which is not going to affect our threat really. It's because we're going to use Holy Shield, Seal of Righteousness, and Blessing Spam for our threat. And the Warrior and Feral Druid class call is going to make them take extra damage because they're forced into stances that will make them take extra damage. So it just seems like Protection Paladin has it easier as a tank on this fight, but that's just my opinion. I mean, I think people in the future will see that that Paladin is actually the best tank for this. And this is where I pick up the boss and tank him till 20%, but 20% is where the ads come out, and where I knew this was going to happen and I still did it. But you don't want to blessing spam when the ads are coming up. So when you're in the low 20s, 20% on Nefarian, just make sure not to be spamming blessings. And I did it too early, but it's alright. Just make sure your mages and other tanks are in position before you do that. But you'll see here coming up that both the packs end up coming to me because I pull threat on both of them. So it's pretty hilarious, and I figured I'd just show this video just to let people know, what not to do at the end of this fight when you're tanking Nefarian as a paladin. But just use your Holy Shield and Seal of Righteousness to maintain threat for this last 20% until the ads are dead. Once the ads are dead, you can go back into Blessing Spam. But this is where I pulled them all, and our third tank, Tangerines, picks it up. He was next on threat, and he tanks the rest of the 15% on Nefarian down, and we down the boss. So I just wanted to show that you can off tank this no problem as a paladin, and you can main tank this no problem as a paladin. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see more paladins tank this in the future.